So here's my problem with Stop Killing Games. And if you haven't seen any of my other videos, please go see them before you start to argue with me on this video. My problem with Stop Killing Games is the initiative itself and the way it's worded. I've had several dozens of commenters now tell me that and I'm not making this up. This is from pretty much every commenter. They're all coming up with different ideas and different solutions, and the only ones that seem to be somewhat coherent are the ones that realize that Ross is coming up with different ideas, different solutions in every video. And they realize that Ross isn't actually making a clear, concise statement on what he wants from game developers. This is a problem because I'm a game developer. Hi. We don't want a end-of-life service plan. We don't want to come up with that. The reasons for that is very obvious. We will just BS it, just like we do everything else to make our video game work. So if you make us come up with a end-of-life service plan, you make us try to plan and design for when our game is going to end, we're just going to say it's going to work indefinitely. It's going to happen indefinitely. And if it passed, let's just say it passed. Let's just say it passed. We will just come up with updates to make you happy, as we always have done as developers. The real problem in this whole overarching argument, blah, 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 is publishers are coming after regular community developers, people who do this for free, and DMCAing them, sending them lawsuits. The problem that starts is any developer like myself who is capable and willing to revive old games simply can't. I simply can't. How do you expect me to go around decompiling old games and saving them, making new servers for old games that have died, when I literally can't because I'm afraid of a lawsuit, I'm afraid of a DMCA, I'm afraid of big corporate lawyers? That is the issue with Stop Killing Games. I personally have held this back for over a year now because I wanted the initiative to pass. I wanted more people talking about this so that I could come out and talk about it too. The fact that multiple developers have started coming out means I can now come out of my closet and tell you guys that the Stop Killing Games initiative is a good, very good thing. It is just worded incorrectly right now by someone who doesn't have any experience, admittedly, in the game dev industry. Ross himself, time and time again, has admitted he knows nothing about game development, and that's not a jab at Ross, that's a jab at the initiative. You need people who have plenty of experience in making video games to make laws about those video games and get them passed. One final thing I'll say here is that Ross doesn't want to raise money. He doesn't want to start a GoFundMe for this campaign because he feels like it's going to destroy it. I am going to side with Louis Rossmann here, who says you have to. There's no other option than to raise money for this campaign. And it's not to hire me. It's not to pay his rent, although if Ross wants to pay his rent, first off, he can say that and we will be happy with it. But it's not to pay people to live. It's to pay for this initiative to make an impact. And now, finally, he needs to raise this money in an appropriate way where he shows it being spent on either A, his rent, or B, people that he's going to help, or C, both. He needs people to help him, he needs to pay his rent, and he needs to get this project done. There's no backing out of this, and if he needs to pay his rent, he just needs to start a fundraiser and get over the fact that, I'm sorry, but a small percentage of people will donate and get pissed. It's going to be a small percent. The majority of people are going to donate and understand that this could all not work. Anyways.